So they do have vision. They see each other. Let's see what's going to happen. If I were the Skywrath, I'd feel in trouble right now. Gets the hook off. Phoenix coming out. Can he save him? Not before he goes down. Sunstrike, though. Also getting the kill. Supernova going off. There's the Fisher. Nice block. Invoker in a little bit of trouble. Supernova going off. All the Phoenix cooldowns reset. Put in the auto attacks. But out comes the cask. It's going to bounce forever. DOT did bring down Invoker. Now Zypher's in a lot of trouble. Taking a lot of damage trying to heal up, but it's not enough. So a 2-for-none exchange in favor of Insane Valiance. Again, there is a lot of great rotation coming from their side of the map by their supports. Although what we are forgetting about is this Faceless Void up here, top of the net worth chart. Just kind of doing his thing, getting all that farm that he needs. You know, to help them along. And this is what Insane Valiance needs to do if they want to win this game. They need to get ahead early because, as we talked about during the draft, you know, Team Elite has that insane team fight with the Faceless Void, Chronosphere, the Tidehunter, Ravage, you know, just the lockdown from Invoker and Witch Doctor, as well as the Skywrath Mage damage coming out. You know, that could be a lot of trouble for Insane Valiance if they don't, you know, get a foothold early. I really wish I didn't have Fog of War so I could see where these wards encompass. You know, I don't know exactly what they can and can't see, but it might just be a glitch on my part. Meanwhile, mid, Phoenix taking a lot of damage, but he is going to go down. And his illusions do, and he manages to get the Invoker with the DOT. Angel Wrath in a lot of trouble. Hook comes out. We'll get picked off. So it'll be a 2-for-1. Again, in favor of Insane Valiance. 3-for-1.
Radiant's top tower is taking hits.
Skywrath got picked off there at the end, yeah.
Dire's mid tower could use a little help.
So again, Insane Valiance keeping the pressure on as they need to do. Tide's going to be in a lot of trouble. He's got no mana. DOT's coming out for Phoenix, a nice Fisher. And he will be easily finished off by that Insane Valiance team yet again. So that's 6 kills for Phoenix. He has been involved. You know, with that support rotation and him moving around the map. That's just good teamwork right there.
Bottom tower.
Oh, look at it go!
So looks like they're trying to push bottom tower while mid gets pushed here. They do rotate Pudge to maybe try and strike the Fear God in them. You know, no one wants to get hooked. They are going to keep putting in the auto attacks. Invoker maybe going to hang out a little bit too long. No, he's going to back off. So they will rotate to try and defend this tower after not getting a whole lot of damage off on the bottom tower. Again, meanwhile, Faceless Void sitting at 445 GPM. Where is there it is. So 70 and 6 for Void compared to the 55 and 2 for the Wraith King. Not too bad for his last hits. One place these supports have not yet rotated is to that top lane to try and take on the Void. And the longer they wait, the more difficult it's going to be to kill him. So the ping coming out. Gonna try and pick up a kill middle. Fisher, Phoenix goes on him. Supernova comes out. That's a lot of DOT. And Invoker will drop easily, throwing out a Sunstrike. Just trying to do something before he dies. So that puts Invoker Prohibit at 3 and 4.
The Dire best do something about that.
Not the way
tower.
you really want to start out if you're a mid-Invoker. So rotation from Poop and Ghost Raccoon.
Radiant's
They will
top
spot out the
tower in
void.
bad shape.
Time walks away, and they will think better, and they'll back off for now. So Wraith King gets his chance now at free farm. Gonna try and put some hits
Radiant's
on this
mid
bottom
tower can
lane.
use a hand. Dire's bottom tower's getting the business.
So again, put a lot of damage in on Prohibit, but they don't have the stuns this time. They need Chronosphere coming out. Earthshaker getting hit. Skywrath not yet level 6, not allowing Earthshaker to fight back.
Stop shaking.
The bash to finish him off.
owe a life. I take yours.
So more farm for the Faceless Void, sitting on his Midas.
Boy, fresh mate. Come around my
So Fudge and Wraith King able to pick off
meat.
Tidehunter down there.
Guess what's happening to Dire's bottom
Items
tower?
Void with a hand
No
of Midas.
breaking down the radiant
Super on
structures
the
like
Wraith
this.
King also has a
The
hand of
Dire
Midas. We got
best
the
do
drums.
something about that bottom
on the
tower.
Phoenix. Notable item purchases so far.
Dire's bottom tower's getting the business. Dire's bottom tower got blown to bits.
Alright. Insane Valiant's able to deny and destroy a tower
The Dire
there.
might wanna
So
mine
nice
that
little
top
gold
tower.
swing in their favor. Wraith King gonna drop with the
Dire's top
reincarnate. I don't think his team's gonna be there in time. Is he gonna be fast enough to get away? They don't have a whole lot of crowd control left unless Invoker can catch up. They use the Ravage. They've committed the Ravage. Nice Fisher coming out from Earthshaker. Completely cutting off their advance. So great job by Ghost Raccoon saving his teammate there. Just a fantastic Fisher, completely separating the team. Skywrath getting caught out, just drops like a rock. Invoker taking a minute to fall back. We'll use the cold snap, Gush. He's gonna get hooked. He's right in the middle of Insane Valiance. Echo Slam comes out. Witch Doctor not able to use any skills. The swap Tidehunter back in the shit. He gets stomped down. So 4 for 0. You know, I keep saying this Void is farming, but I don't know if his farm is going to be enough to overcome.
Much longer.
We'll have to wait and find out.
Dire's mid tower's having a
Again,
technical
Super with that hand of
difficulties.
Midas will be farming as well. And, you know, even if he dies, again, in the Chronosphere, he'll get right
Dire's
back up
mid
and keep
tower
on
could use
fighting.
a little help.
So Team Elite in a pretty tough position already in this game 1, just from the early game. But again, I keep going back. They have the team fight potential to start winning these team fights. Insane Valiant's doing what they need to do to try and get the win, but it's far from over. Silence, keeping someone from getting swapped. The hook miss. Supernova going off, putting in the auto attacks, but it's not enough. Again, those heroes are not auto attack based. It goes off. They're gonna chase down the Invoker. He'll get auto attack down. Zypher getting eaten alive.
Dire's mid tower.
Skywrath tried to do what he can, but it's not gonna be enough to help.
Dire's mid tower's
Chasing him
nothing
down.
now.
The
Radiant's
DOT.
top tower
Oh, he
taking
gets
hits.
away with about 9 health. So not complete darkness for Team Elite.
The Dire best do something about that bottom tower.
So I'm wondering when Void is going to help in a team fight. You know, one of these times
Dire's
he's going to have to show up
bottom
to
tower's
defend a
getting the
tower.
business.
You know, I'm not really sure if it's the best strategy to give up all the outer towers without a real fight, because they are losing, you know, 3 for none, 4 for 1 types of exchanges, which they can't give up forever. Fisher coming out. Hutch not quite in position to get the hook. Doing a good job of blocking with the Forged Spirits. Throws the hook out. Gets stunned before he can get there. A lot of stun being committed on that Witch Doctor. Maybe a little bit redundant, but it still works out for him. Witch Doctor buying back. And Insane Valiant's going to respect that buyback, along with the fact that they did dive past the tier 2 tower. They're running pretty low. Tighter getting stunned. He does have Ravage up if he can find him, but they're going to back off, and I think Venge, in typical Venge spirit, is going to sacrifice herself for the good of her team so that they can get away safely.
Do in her name.
So I suppose a good job from Venge being the distraction. So Poof, kudos to you, sir. As a support player, respect. So Void sitting on about 9,500 net worth gold.
Radiant's top tower is taking hits.
Going for what could possibly be a Black King Bar to stop all that stun and magic damage.
Up their structures.
The hook when he time walks away just in time. IV boarding in mass to deny this top tower, making sure
Radiant's top tower's
keep
been
Team Elite on their back foot. In
Radiant's
terms of
bottom
gold.
tower's seen better days.
IV totally dominating and
Radiant's bottom
experience
tower
over
ain't a pretty
3,000
sight
up,
right now.
about 5,000 up in gold as well.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower. Dire's top tower's getting beat down.
Angel Wrath getting stunned, no further commitment, team backing off a little
Radiant's
bit.
bottom tower's seen better days. The Dire might want to mine their top tower.
Invoker
Can't
might be able
do
to sneak
nothing
the
about
tower down
Dire's
here.
structures
They
right
just
now.
teleported top, so I
Trouble
doubt
brewing
anybody's
at
going to come to
Radiant's
defend
bottom
this.
tower. Radiant's
So a nice little
bottom
chunk of gold for
tower's
Team
done
Elite.
for.
Invoker able to pick
Dire's
that up.
top tower's gone.
Of course, then they immediately go and they lose one. Again, though, they do have that major team fight to kind of fall back on in the later game. They just can't give up too much ground early. And it's really still bumming me out that I have Fog of War for the Radiant. Venge gonna get caught. He will commit the Chronosphere for the Vengeful Spirit. Trying to get that wombo combo off, but without more of the team in the Chronosphere, I think it's pretty difficult. Trying to save their teammate. There comes the Ravage. Supernova! It's gonna take out Witch Doctor, and they're gonna take out Tide Hunter. So Venge for just, wait, maybe more. The Fisher blocking him off. They're not so concerned about damage. He's pretty low, so 3 for 1.
Radiant's bottom tower
Another
ain't a
great
pretty
fight
sight right
in
now.
favor of Insane Valiance.
Radiant's bottom tower's seen better days.
So the moves were there, but the coordination not quite there for Team Elite. A lot of wasted ultimates, I would say. With only Vengeful Spirit caught in that Chronosphere, that was probably not the best time for them to commit all those skills. Boy, looking for a place to farm, might get himself in trouble. But they stay on opposite sides of the trees, and they really don't notice each other. He does know his camp's been taken up. He spots Phoenix. Gonna go on Phoenix. There goes the hook. Phoenix wants to go back in, but then he sees all of them. He decides against it. Void time walking in. The casket and its bounces off. Wraith King showing up. Phoenix silence. Angel Wrath getting eaten. Sloth picks up another kill. Now, Thief on the Void. He'll go down. Another 3 for 1 in favor of Insane Valiance. So even with that amazing team fight ability, just giving up the early ground and the early losses, Team Elite still struggling. So they've got to be thinking, you know, what can we do at this point to overcome? They do have quite a bit of crowd control. You know, it's really fallen a lot on
much longer.
that Faceless Void to get the good Chronosphere. You know, to get heroes doing all the damage. Phoenix
Dire's
being
mid
very
towers
active.
having technical difficulties.
Earthshaker, always a deadly force. So the strength heroes against
Dire's
a lineup
top
of
tower's
lockdown
getting beat down.
is doing seemingly well. Wraith King now on top of the net worth chart.
Dire might want to mine
Just over
the top
12,000
tower.
gold. Blink in from Wraith King. Oh wow! That's one of the worst feelings you can have if you're a support player, when you get crit for all your health. Now that's the Chronosphere we're talking about. Unfortunately, Witch Doctor's down for him, but the meatball comes out. Deafening Blast, not quite enough to finish off Phoenix. The Ravage comes out. Nice, saving his Void. Ghost Raccoon the Fisher, keeping him out of the fight. They're going to need a bash. Earthshaker does make it out. Wraith King coming back into the fight. Angel Wrath running away. Going to silence him. No stuns are going to be able to come out. They're going to slow him. You know, he might be in a little bit of trouble. Witch Doctor back up. Lots of stuns. Wraith King goes down. Pudge getting killed. I thought he was going to deny himself.
Dire's mid tower.
Nice silence. Super in a lot of trouble here. A nice chunk of gold going Faceless Void's direction. 515. So a nice little turnaround for Team Elite. And if they want to win this game, they're going to have to execute more team fights like that. Of course, without losing people and having to buy back. But the second half of that fight, well done. Very well done for them. Oh dear. Cypher getting caught out. Earthshaker with the Blink Dagger. Dropping the Chaos Dunk. The big Echo Slam. In the middle of that creep wave. That will be plenty to drop him. Valiant's hunting down this Void. Ghost Raccoon gonna find him, gonna put in the hammer. Putting in the auto attacks. Where's his teammate? There comes the Venge. He's stunned out. Oh, the backtracks! The time walk! He gets away! Is it gonna be enough? Phoenix! Coming over. Not able to find him. Throwing out all kinds of skills. Faceless Void gonna make it away. They're gonna continue to fight. Maledicт coming out. Phoenix entering Supernova. Witch Doctor, your ult can't help you now. The Fisher, Cypher getting blocked off. The swap, he just keeps getting separated further and further from his team. DOT coming. Tide trying to do what he can, but he's probably just put himself in a whole lot of trouble. A TP coming in. It's gonna be from Void, who's not fully healed up. He time walks. He's gonna go on Earthshaker. Is he gonna have enough? No, he's not gonna be able to do anything. The stuns from all these strength hero bruisers. Boomer just getting beat down. So 4 down for Team Elite, possibly 5. They know he's there, but do they have any ability to detect him? No, they won't.
Brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
So TPing out, I'm not quite sure why. I guess maybe they're out a lot of mana, and they wanted to defend their towers, I suppose. But 4 down, I'm surprised they didn't keep pushing for that top tower. Especially with the way that last team fight went for them. Had a lot of momentum going their way. So Ivy gonna try for Roche. in the dark because I still have Fog of War on. I don't. Ward's a little bit too late, but they do suspect. Oh, they do see Venge now. So now they do know that they were trying Roche. The Sunstrike coming out for Vision. Ivy gonna have to back off.
Time to poach it.
Pudge finds Zypher. Not able to maintain his ult. Which he did commit there. I'm not quite sure why. Maybe he thought that Ivy was gonna jump in and he wanted to be looking at it go. So Invoker's still not convinced that they're done roaching, throwing in all kinds of meatballs and things. They swoop in after all kinds of lifesteal. Uh-oh. He went ahead and he threw out the Wave of Terror. That's going to give Invoker the signal. They're still in there.
Radiant's top tower's hurting.
Super taking a lot of damage. His ult is up. They decide to go. Big Chronosphere coming out, getting the Venge and the Phoenix. Pudge hooking out Venge. Maybe swap Phoenix out, doesn't need to. Super taking damage. Supernova coming out. Gonna have to back off from that. Lots of stuns. Void gonna get dropped, as well as the Skyrat. Chasing down the Invoker. He's gonna throw down an EMP. The swap. He's on the wrong side of the Fissure, but now he's got the jungle to hide in. Meanwhile, more of Team Elite getting picked off in the middle lane as we watch the chase. Do have the blink on our Shaker in 4 seconds, so Prohibit's gonna have to move. Using Mules, getting blocked off. He's in a lot of trouble.
Technical difficulties.
And he will go down as well. Not sure what killed Wraith King there. Maybe there was a Sunstrike that I missed before he died. Not quite sure, but he'll be fine. He did have his ult up.
Dire's mid tower won't last much longer.
And now Insane Valiance probably going to try and pick up as much as they can as far as objectives. They will go back to Roche. He's probably not going to need any help at this point. Super low. He'll pick up the tower. And at this point, I would be surprised if Ivy doesn't look to high ground after the next team fight they win like that one. And with the way these fights have been going,
Dire just
I'll be kind of surprised if it doesn't work out in their favor. Seeing everything, just painful to watch. Painful. Skyrath getting dropped instantly. Witch Doctor ulting. Just watching it go. Oof, nice swap out. Super walks back into the Chronosphere though. Pudge gonna save him. They've got all kinds of extraction from that Chronosphere. Not quite enough damage to take down Ghost Raccoon.
Guess what's happening?
He does go down.
Bottom tower.
So enough DOT from the meatball.
'Twas scarcely worth my notice.
Huge asset drop for Ivy and that Earth Shaker. Super at low health. Gonna use that Amulet. So he'll go down. Supernova activated.
Dire's mid tower won't last.
Over trying to do what he can. Phoenix back up now. There's no Ravage. So not a whole lot Tidehunter can do.
In the Dire's bottom tower.
They just really haven't used their ultimates together as perfectly as they need to. You know, a lot of that credit goes to Ivy though, staying in good position,
The Dire gave up the bottom tower.
saving each other with all kinds of swaps and hooks, supernovas.
Dire's bottom
So,
ranks ain't in a happy place.
A lot of credit there, making it difficult to get that Chronosphere.
Dire's top tower.
Gonna be it for the melee racks.
Dire's bottom racks didn't make it.
Meatball. They're gonna stick around for the range racks, or are they gonna say melee racks is enough?
Fresh meat.
Pudge sticking around, gonna force staff out.
Dire's top tower's getting beat down.
Witch Doctor ulti. He stopped. I think he could have let it go a little longer. That could have been some good zone.
The Dire might want to mine their top tower.
Nice little cast. Chronosphere! An amazing Chronosphere. Is it going to be enough? He can't decide on who he wants to hit. Fissure coming out. That's the Echo Slam. The big one. Void will get dropped. Now they're going to be chasing down the Witch Doctor.
Dire's bottom racks.
Void buying back, but he doesn't have that Chronosphere up. I'm not sure what he's thinking. I mean, I guess Prohibit getting eaten. Another Fissure coming out. Super getting awfully deep. He's gonna... He's got the Aegis. You know, his team's kind of sticking around. He should be okay. Void wanting to go in, but without that Chronosphere, just really can't help his team as much as he needs to. So the GGs come out, and that'll be game 1. Now this is a best out of 3 series, so still anybody's match. Stick around.